Alright guys, it is 7:30 on Monday, and we are here with our dyno results from DynoTune Engineering. So I'll give you a minute for you guys to get on here. Hey Bryce, how you doing tonight, brother? So we got some really good guesses. Hey Sarah, how you doing tonight? Hey Don, welcome. Big John, I'm just down the street from Big John's house. Dan, of course, is loving life down in Florida. It is super cold up here tonight. What's up, Barry? Get off Facebook and go build your junk. Mike, how's it doing, brother? Aaron, Chad? 1 million. That's right, Barry. We're going to come up just shy of that. So, all right. Well, we got a pretty good little crowd going so far, so let's get on with the show, huh? So we did the little contest, see who could guess the horsepower and torque. One prize for the guy who guesses closest on horsepower. One guy prize who can guess the closest on torque. So the numbers are in. We'll open this up. This is an awesome book you get when you dyno out there with Chris and Brian. They put this all together for you. Sorry, I'm doing this from my truck tonight because we're at somebody else's shop. All right. So we'll go down through the numbers here. It's our little engine. Just a regular 454. Timing, made final timing 36 degrees. It really didn't care between 35 and 36. Compression 12.5 to 1. Of course, our 781 heads, all the header stuff. And then down here to the good stuff. So peak corrected horsepower 666. And we tried 5 more pulls after that to try to get 667. And have a number other than that, but that's the winner right there. So 666. So the winner on horsepower, I got to go to my little notes here, is a Mr. Tom O'Reilly, who guessed that on the DynoTune page. So Tom, if you're watching this, send us a message with your address, and you got it dead on the numbers, and you're the only one that got it dead on the number. So you'll get your choice of black or red of our 30-ounce Yeti cups from Armor Coating. And then for the torque, we have, I got to count them here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We had an 8-way tie on torque. So all you guys were off by just 1. So let's see, we go down here to the bottom. Peak corrected torque 611.6 at 5,400. So the winner of that is Mr. Aaron. I'm trying not to butcher your last name, but Aaron Astic, and that is a whole shot win. He was the first guy to pop up there with 610 foot-pounds. So Aaron, you get your choice of, well actually you'll get the red or black, whichever one Tom doesn't get on the armor-coated tumblers that we got going. So the other guys that got in that tie situation, we don't want you to go home empty-handed, so we're going to send you guys out some koozies and decals. Just go ahead and send us your message. You can email us here at topsecretspeed@yahoo.com, or send us a Facebook message, or you can text me. My number's 509-237-3904. And those other winners that got 610 was Jason Simmons on the DynoTune page, Mr. John Staley, who's a great supporter of our team here at Top Secret Speed, Mr. James Dickinson. And then we had some guys out on the forums that had some good guesses too. So Canuck on Team Chevelle, we need your information, as well as Thor 454. We'll send some koozies and decals out your way. And One Slow Mopar, who took a guess for I think everybody in his family, but he was actually, we're going to mention him here because he guessed 665 horsepower and 610 foot-pounds of torque. So he was off by 1 on both and didn't win nothing. But we're going to send a little something your way. Mr. One Slow Mopar off of Team Chevelle there, or maybe his Yellow Bullet. Go ahead and send us your address and stuff, and we'll get a little package headed your way. And then Anthony on Yellow Bullet was right there with it too. So, well guys, that's the numbers. 666 foot-pounds of torque, or 666 horsepower rather, and 611 foot-pounds of torque. Doing pretty good for little 781 heads. So, old factory iron getting the work done. But these little books are really neat. There's a ton of information if you go out there and dyno with these guys. There's the graph if you guys want to see the graph. So pretty flat on power. We pulled it from 5,000 to 6,500. but from about 5,600 on, it's just basically flat. So I can't wait to get in there and get a good converter in it and see what it'll actually eat. But there's more data that comes out with your pull here. So, and then you can see our average brake specific fuel consumption. That's on E85, so, and that's dead nuts. And you can see it's going a little rich on the top end. And I asked Chris about that, and basically their dyno is so sensitive that it was seeing the needle and seat open up and closing, and with multiple carburetors, it was kind of, it really gives you a little bit of a skew in the data, if you will, or a little bit, it's a little bit more sensitive than you'd probably like. But you can see oil pressure all throughout the pull is really nice. Water temp, we did start a little cold. That's kind of where we run it at the strip, as we run into the water box at about 150. So they're right on with that. There's your dyno water temperature. And what's really neat is they take down notes. So Brian sits in the cell and takes down all the notes for every pull and then puts them down in here. So you can see all this stuff that they put in there, so you can see. And our best pull was, I think, sweep number 6, which was the only one we had with the vacuum pump, and our vacuum pump died on that pull. But if you've been watching our page, you've seen little Mia, who is actually going to Lights Out with us with her father, who's an Army veteran. And Mia helped install the vacuum pump, and that was the most power we ever made. So it just goes to show you that military children are worth 7 horsepower in our case. So get those little kids involved, get some veterans involved in your racing, and you can reap the benefits with extra power, I guess. So there you can see the average correction factor. So it was making right on there. So no big crazy corrections, you know, a real good honest dyno test. So we got some other stuff in the works, guys. You know, a lot of you want to know how much we're going to lose to the tire when we put it in the car. And we're going to do our best to get it on a chassis dyno here pretty soon and give you that answer in real measurable numbers. And then we have some other little things coming through some other companies that have joined us here recently. We hopefully can pick up some power and show you guys what some good American parts can do on this old iron. So, well, thanks a lot for following along, guys. If you're one of our winners, go ahead and send us a message with your information so we can get your prizes headed your way. And for the winners, we're also going to put out a list of names for the little engines. So we got some good ideas, you know, Little Lucifer, or, you know, Beelzebub, whatever we want to call it. But if you guys have been watching along, you know this engine's been fighting us, so the 666 on the horsepower was pretty fitting. So, all right, guys, thanks for joining in.